Hey man, say man, welcome to 31 Reasons, where we got all the reasons for every season. I appreciate y'all boys for stopping through, popping through, dropping through. Y'all know what it is, 31 fam. It's dumb love from my end. So look, y'all know what it is. We back on 31 Reasons. So today we're gonna be tackling the MIP. We recently just did the MVP and the Rookie of the Year. I'm gonna put it up on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thoughts for that. So obviously I had to come in here and get my thoughts for the most improved. I honestly feel like this race isn't as close as people kind of make it out to be. I mean, it's some great candidates, and a lot of people have took jumps this season. And I want to say like kudos to all the players that took jumps. But I do feel like sometimes MIP is given out to people that don't. Not saying they don't deserve it. 'Cause obviously, everybody should be in contention to get it if you got better. But like a guy like Jalen Dern, I just don't feel like he deserves. Like I don't feel like he should be on the ballot for that. Like that's just my opinion. He should be on the ballot for All NBA. He shouldn't be looking at like when Ja won Most Improved. That should have went to Desmond Bain. I don't think that's for those kind of players. Like when you're a franchise guy already, I don't think that's for you. Like Reed Shepard, like he's definitely the most improved, but you should be taking a step in year two off of being the second or third. I forget, I remember third pick. Um, but Reed Shepard, I'm gonna give him fair, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give him his fair credit. But we got guys that generally got way, way better. And then you got guys like Jalen Johnson that I feel like he could have been in this. I feel like he should have been in this. But then it's like I don't think that Jalen Johnson is the most improved. I think that he's playing like the most improved. I just think that they just realized how great, how good he is. Like I knew how good Jalen Johnson was coming out of Duke. I knew he was gonna be a great. I knew he was gonna be a star, but I knew he was gonna be a great player. So they just realized how good he was, and they realized that he can pass his ass off, and they don't really need Trey Young, and this guy is like a Scotty Barnes, LeBron type of player. So they like shit. We might as well build around this do it all wing. So I feel like they really just gave him more touches, and when you get more touches, I feel like that don't necessarily just make you a better player because the talent was already there. I don't think the things that Jalen Johnson was averaging with like 18 and 10 last season. He's really up a couple more from where he was at. So I feel like the improvement really just is just within the more reps and just being in a bigger role. So I think when that, you know what I'm saying? But then there is some guys that get a bigger role, but they're definitely more improved. Whereas like when they had those moments last year, they didn't really take advantage, or they didn't have, I didn't say they didn't have the skill set, but they just didn't make the best out of those situations. So yeah, and then you got guys that really didn't even have roster spots at all. Were basically on their way out of the league, and they've made themselves into viable NBA players. So I feel like this MIP race is kind of all over the place. You got all different lanes, all different kind of guys who are eligible for it. So I feel like we're just gonna get into the numbers, and I'm gonna see who. I mean, I think I know who should be the MIP, but y'all let me know in the chat in the comments who y'all think y'all should be the MIP, who y'all think should be the MIP. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into like the numbers and stuff. All right, so they go Ryan Rollins. All right, so the most improved, Dylan Brooks, Keontae. I don't think Dylan Brooks should get it. I mean, Dylan Brooks actually could get it though, cause he been balling. But Dylan Brooks always had this capacity to be this kind of player. Keontae George for sure. Keontae for sure. But like I said, Keontae is like another player where I feel like we kind of expect you to do this, bro. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they're quantifying right here. I guess they have it broke up into 4 different sections. So we're gonna go by these 4 different sections. You got pregame numbers. Uh so the biggest jump. So right here, this is points, rebounds, assists, and blocks per game. So Ryan Rollins took the pretty much the biggest jump with 18.2. You know what I'm saying? Which was 2.6 times what he was doing last year. He only get 14 minutes per game. He was giving you 11.1 across the board. He's played 72 games, averaged 32 minutes as a starter, and he's basically giving you 30 points, rebounds, assists, and steals and blocks. So he went up 18 in his points. So he had the biggest stat jump in all. You got Jalen Tyson, but I feel like this is just due to him getting more minutes. Like I say, but he's definitely he's definitely under the criteria of a guy that should win most improved. But he's definitely just got more minutes. Jalen Tyson, same thing, but Jalen Tyson, I feel like he definitely improved. He got a lot better. 3.1 times what he was doing. 14.8 is the differential from what he was doing last season. He has a big jump in minutes. As you can see, a lot of these guys are taking big jumps in minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, this is why I say like some guys, they obviously they deserve to be on the ballot, but like when you're taking a 18-point jump in minutes, you're bound to score more. You know what I'm saying? When you're taking a 21-point jump in minutes, you're bound to put up more point totals than you did before. And you know what I'm saying? Like Reed Shepard, 14 more minutes, I'll give you that. because you wasn't doing nothing with these 12 minutes. So with these with these 26 minutes, you give it us 22.2, which is a big jump. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, the guys that are jumping, the like having the biggest improvement in stats is definitely due to the minutes. Like as you can see, 14, 9, 12, 32, 27, 26. So you get 14. So I'll give Reed his credit, because with 14 more minutes, he's doing 13 more stats and everything. So I give Reed. So Reed is probably, out of these two, it's the most. Is it like these two are misleading because they're getting so much more minutes than they were last season? Where it's like, yes, they improved, but the minutes is like you're obviously just gonna do better with more minutes. Reed Shepard did more. He did more improving with less time. So he only got 14. Not even, he got 13.8 more minutes than he did last year, and the production is showing. He's giving you 13.9 in improvement with a 13.8 in jump. So he actually putting up more stats than he is getting minutes. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like this is more so what a most improved player is looking like, because he, you know what I'm saying, he didn't take a 20-minute jump in minutes. But and mind you, I'm not knocking Ryan or Jalen. They're definitely up there on the ballot. Nickeil has played, well, he played all 82 last season. See, this is what I'm talking about, right? When you go from 25 minutes per game, giving us 16 points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, and then you only get, so that's 0.9, 26. So yeah, you get 7.9. You get 7.9, basically 8. You get 7.9, 8. All right, so we just gonna say 8, y'all. You get 8 extra minutes, and you're giving out 13 more stats across the board. 1 time 0.8, what you were doing last season, right? And you're only getting, you know what I'm saying? So he took the least amount of jump, including regarding minutes, but he's also up there in the top 4 in the production. He's only a little bit behind them. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, if he would have played the amount of minutes they played last season, he would have been the most with the highest improvement jump. But because he actually was a good NBA player and getting quality minutes, it looks like skewered, like he didn't improve as much as them. But in all honesty, Nickeil improved more than the rest of them. Honestly, Nickeil has the best jump due to the minutes jump, if you ask me. Because with the 8 point with the 8 point minute with the 8 point minute increase, he gave you 13 more stats all across the board. Where everybody else, except for Reed, basically gave you they needed way more minutes to give you more stats across the board, which is understandable because you're getting better. We got Modest Bazelis. He had a big jump. Goes from 18 to he goes from 18 to 23. Well, my he goes for 11 to 23 in stat totals. But like I say, a big jump. 14, you know what I'm saying? 14, basically 15 minutes. Neemias Queta. This is another guy. See, this is another guy right here that very well most improved. Gives you 13 minutes last year. Now he's getting 12 extra minutes. Not even. 5.5. He's getting 11.5 extra minutes, and he's giving you 11.6 more production. You see him? That's most improved. Colin Gillespie, 14 minutes per game. He had a crazy jump. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I feel like some of these, like Ryan Rollins, Jalen Tyson, Colin Gillespie, a lot of these are really just due to hike up in your minutes in production. You know what I'm saying? More than production. And you got Donovan Clingan. He's had a pretty big jump. The minutes jump wasn't that crazy. You know what I'm saying? He definitely had a big stats jump. He's really just been better. I don't think he should win it, but he definitely has been better. Deni Avdija, I feel like Deni Avdija should get some love, but this is just another example of somebody just taking a leap. A all-star caliber player taking a leap. I don't think he should get it, honestly, because he was a lottery pick. Jaime Jaquez, I don't feel like Jaime is getting enough love. You know what I'm saying? 8 minute not even 7.5 minute increase, and gives you 9.1 more stats, and he's coming off the bench at that. So I feel like Jaime Jaquez should get some 6-man love, so he probably won't get the MIP. But yeah, I feel like with this right here, I feel like Nickeil Alexander won this metric, right? So Nickeil Alexander won this metric. We're just gonna go with that. Okay, right. So then we get to the per 36 numbers. Nickeil is actually the top. So per 36 is basically if you was to put everybody at 36 minutes per game, right? If you just took everybody and put them at 36 minutes, everybody played 36 minutes a game. Last year he was giving you 23.4. Now he's giving you 32.1 in a whole 36 minutes. That's the biggest jump of anybody. Then you got guys like Jalen Brown, Kawhi Leonard, Deni Avdija, Jalen Johnson. These guys right here, Jalen Johnson, Kawhi Leonard, Deni Avdija, no. None of them, I don't think these guys should get. Jalen Johnson, maybe. But no. Just no. I don't think, no. I really don't think they should get it. Obviously, they had great jumps in their totals, and obviously their totals exceed what Nickeil is doing, but they're far greater players. Like this, like if you see these point totals, these are for all-star. These are all-star caliber players. 44 PRA steals and blocks. Like this is all-star, all-NBA caliber. So you shouldn't even be in most improved talk, honestly. So we're just gonna disqualify them guys because obviously, if you play 36 minutes, shit's gonna jump. All right, so Reed is probably the biggest benefactory of this. 23.9 in per 36, actually better than Nickeil last season, and he's at 30.2, so he had a 6.4 jump. Um, so yeah, he's improved. Jalen Duren is another guy who definitely got better, but I don't think he should be in the running for this award. If you ask me, like I say, all-star type of production. Jamal Murray, same thing. Victor, same thing, and then Ryan Rollins at the bottom. So far we got Nickeil Alexander and Nickeil, Reed, and Ryan. So right now, from the metrics that I'm seeing, I think Nickeil, Reed, and Ryan are all leading as far as I feel like those should be the three candidates up to this point. Reed, Nickeil, and Ryan, based on the stats. You know what I'm saying? 32.9, 27.2. So yeah, he had a pretty good jump as well. All right. Then we're gonna get to efficiency. Oh yeah, as of right now, I think Nickeil is leading the race. Y'all let me know. And you know what I'm saying? I came into this race completely unbiased. I'm just going off of the stats and then going off what I see. All right, so we got Reed Shepherd. So this is efficiency. So true shooting percentage is just that is your 3-point percentage, your field goal percentage, and your free throw percentage. So it just equates for how efficient you are all around instead of just going by twos or threes. So 46.5 true shooting, 56.5. That is amazing. So now he's about a league average. He was pretty bad last season true shooting, but now he's about league average. So that's a big jump, especially I feel like this right here goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this goes a long way as far as improving, because this shows that not only did he get a high uptick in minutes, he's just making more of his shots. He's just a more efficient player. So I feel like this metric right here really works in his favor. Then we got Jalen Tyson, 52.3, below average. This right here is basically borderline like unplayable, by the way. 52.3 is pretty bad. That's under the league average, but he's well above league average at 61, and he took a big jump. So this right here is definitely not due to just minutes, but him just improving overall as a player. Wendell, we're not getting into it. He had a big jump though, 74. He just has a smaller role, more defensive attention from, you know what I'm saying, from on Desmond Bane and the other guys. So that's just kind of what that is. Same thing with Tim Hardaway, just getting better shots. Same thing with Bruce Brown, getting better shots. Jaden McDaniels, he's improved for sure. He's definitely got better. Chris Dunn, Stephon Castle, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Stephon Castle's shooting pretty good. All of these guys, everybody on this list is shooting about league average, so that's a good C. Keldon Johnson, Scotty Barnes, Stephon Castle, these guys do not. They don't qualify. So I feel like this right here is the biggest help for Reed Shepherd. So as of right now, Nickeil, Reed, and I want to say Ryan Rollins and Jalen Tyson are the guys I have up here. So I'll have, for the guys I have on the ballot, it would be Nickeil, Jalen Tyson, Reed Shepherd, and Ryan Rollins, right? All right, candidate comparisons. All right, so here we go. Now they're gonna compare the candidates. So we got Nickeil. So per 36, 23.4, true shooting, 57.9. Wow. So he had the biggest. So he really had the biggest jump in differential per 36. You know what I'm saying? He ended up going up 8.7, which is a big jump. Basically, if he played the whole game, he's give you 8.7 more production. You know what I'm saying? And his true shooting went up 2.6. He had the biggest jump in both areas. I mean, I feel like this is pretty telling right here. He had the biggest jump by far. 8.7 jump in stats and a 2.6 jump in oh, he didn't have the biggest jump. Actually, Reed had the biggest jump. Okay, hold on. We might need to slow our tracks there. So I feel like it's a two-man race at this point. Yeah, I feel like it's a two-man race because Ryan Rollins actually per 36 was a little better. You know what I'm saying? Five, okay, which is good, which is basically just due to him having more minutes. But his true shooting percentage went down. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's not an indicator of you getting better, that's just an indicator of you the volume going up. Jalen Johnson, okay, you can say he got a little better. Colin Gillespie's not in this. Jalen Duran's not in this. Deni Avdija is not in this. So I feel like now Ryan Rollins kind of disqualified himself with this stat right here. You can't go down in true shooter percentage and say we got better when you had a crazy uptick in minutes, when you almost out of the league. So I feel like nah. I feel like when it comes down, this is the so I feel like this is a two-man race at this point because Jalen Tyson isn't even up here. So I think at this point we got Reed Shepard because Reed Shepard has been on every metric. I think Nickeil. Let me see. Was Reed on this one? Yup. Yup. So he was third in pregame numbers per 36. Here, efficiency, top, and he's the bottom. Yeah, Reed is the only one who's been on every metric, I think. So yeah, I'm gonna just look at Nickeil and Reed. So like I say, true shooting, big jump, 2.6, and then obviously the per 36, he gives you 8.7 more production, which is great. So he's actually become a way better scorer. He's actually become a way better scorer with more minutes, which you know what I'm saying isn't always the case. As you can see here, with more minutes and more production, Ryan Rollins got less efficient. He's still above average, but less efficient. So he became a way above average scorer with more production. You know what I'm saying? Efficiency wise. And then so we got Reed Shepard. He I feel like see it's crazy because I was leaning Nickeil, right? I was leaning I was about to say Nickeil kind of won this hands down, honestly, but this is why I like doing my research because when you do the research, you know what I'm saying, it opens your eyes up to different things and stuff you didn't know. So as you can see on this list, right? Out of all the guys here, he had probably, yeah, not probably. He had the biggest jump in true shooting. He went from a complete no-show offensively, basically a non-playable player on offense to about league average. And per 36, he wasn't getting much minutes last year anyways, right? So to be giving you 24 per 36 on a bad season, that just goes to show you he's pretty talented. Because if he can give you 24 points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks while shooting 46.5 true shooting, which is terrible, might be one of the worst in the league efficiency wise. If he can give you 24 in per 36, he's a pretty talented player. He just needs to get better. And here it shows you he got more minutes this season. You know what I'm saying? And the production went up by a lot, 6.4. That's a big jump, right? And then the true shooting went up by 10. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like Nickeil, he went up. You know what I'm saying? Nickeil went up. He went up. He definitely got better with more production. So I gotta give him his credit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give him his credit. And like Nickeil, you definitely improved a lot. But when I see that the per 36, which is putting us all on level playing field, meaning that if Nickeil was a starter and a Reed was a starter and they both played 36 minutes a night, Reed was actually doing better than he was last season. From a per 36 standpoint, Nickeil is doing better than him this season, and he's more efficient. But he is a way older player though. Nickeil is like, hold on, y'all. Let's fact check that real quick. 27. Okay. So yeah, big age of 27, about hitting his prime. Let's look at Reed. How old is he? Okay. All right. Let's go look at the stats. So Reed went from averaging. All right, y'all. We getting close to the end now. So Reed went from averaging 4 points in 12 minutes to 13.6, 1.5 steals, 3.5 assists, 2.9 rebounds. He went from averaging 33% from the 3-point line to 40%, 35% from the field to 43%. 81% or 80% from the free throws, steals and the blocks went up. Okay, so the defensive impact is there. Yeah. And then we'll go look at Nickeil real quick. All right. And then so shout out to Nickeil, you know what I'm saying, for turning himself to this caliber of player. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Nickeil took a crazy jump, bro. 9 points to 20 points with a matter of 12 minutes. I mean, with a matter of 8 minutes. Shot better from, so he got better from the field goal. He got better from the three. 90, oh my gosh. This dude, he could almost be shooting 50, 40, 90, bro. He's shooting 90% of the free throw line. He got 1 assist more, 0.3 more rebounds, 1.3 steals. The block's about the same. Bro, I ain't gonna lie. This is tough. I'm gonna be honest, it's tough. Looking at the stats, 23-3 with 1.3 steals, 40% 3-point shooting, and he's shooting 8 attempts. He almost doubled his 3-point attempts with the volume going with the volume going up, the efficiency went up with it. Same thing with Reed though. Reed is taking almost triple the amount of threes that he took last season. He's way better from the 3-point line. His 2-point percentage went up by a whole 11 points. He went up basically 9 points. Give you 2 more assists, 1 more steal. All right. I think I got my answer, y'all. I think I got my answer. So right, this is tough, y'all. This is tough. Like I'm honestly like it's crazy. I'm still trying to debate who I think should win it. This is tough. I feel like it's either Reed or Nickeil. If I had to pick though, looking at the stats, bro, and putting everything into account, Reed Shepherd had a 10 plus true shooting percentage jump, meaning that he's just way more efficient than he was last season. Last season, Reed Shepherd was basically unplayable. You know what I'm saying? Reed Shepherd was basically unplayable. And like I just gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta give him his credit because he going up 10 shooting percentage, going from basically unplayable on offense to being league average, and you're shooting. He's a great shooter. 7 threes a night. Oh my goodness, 7 threes a night at 40% shooting is amazing, especially when you were a 33-point shooter last season. So I gotta give Reed Shepherd some love. You know what I'm saying? I gotta show him some love in that aspect. Nickeil Alexander, I gotta show you love, my boy, because you got a bigger role and you stepped it up. And an 11-point jump with a 9-minute swing is crazy. Like 8 minute swing, give you 11 more points. It's crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Like earlier in the video, I said I don't think lottery picks should have a chance at getting like this award. I don't think Josh should have got it, but I feel like this is a different case. You know what I'm saying? Reed Shepherd was kind of underperforming. He basically went from unplayable to a good NBA player this season, and his role hasn't changed. He was off the bench guard last year. He's off the bench guard this year. Nickeil was off the bench guard last year. He's moved into the starting role. So I feel like if this was any other season, Nickeil would have won this hands down. This would have been unanimous for Nickeil. But we are talking about who's getting better, who took the biggest jump, the biggest leap and improvement. I feel like yes, Nickeil took the biggest jump probably statistic wise, but he also took the bigger jump role wise because he went from being a bench guard playing behind Anthony Edwards and Mike Conley and them boys to being the lead guard over there for Atlanta. So I feel like when you have that big of a swing in your role, the production is definitely gonna go up. Not saying that because he got more efficient with a bigger role, which doesn't really happen. So the fact he got more efficient with a bigger role, I gotta give you love for that. But you do have a bigger role nonetheless. And Reed, I gotta show love to him, man. So I think Reed Shepherd is our most improved player, y'all. Because when we're talking about improving, his stats went up 6.4 per 36 all around the board, and then his true shooting went up 10%. So he got better 10%. Like 10% true shooting is a big ass swing. So if you are shooting 46% true shooting, go to 56, you're basically you can't hit a shot out there to being an efficient player that people will want. So with Reed being basically unplayable, can't guard, couldn't score, couldn't shoot, couldn't play make, to now being a player that can shoot, play make, and guard a little bit, and is playing good minutes for a playoff team. Yeah, man, I gotta give it to Reed, bro, because we're talking about improvement. And when you take a 10-point true shooting swing, I don't know how you not the most improved, especially when the stats back it up. You were shooting you were 4.4 point per game scorer. You had 1 assist. Every stat went up. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that really went up for Nickeil is the points. The only thing went up for Nickeil is the points and the efficiency. But everything across the board improved for Reed, and he went from a non-playable player to a key rotation piece for a good playoff team. Whereas Nickeil, he really just had a big ass jump and roll, and I can't knock Reed for improving in his role when you were moved to another team and you just got, you know what I'm saying, you just got more opportunities. Like if he would have stayed with the Timberwolves and this would have happened, I would have probably gave it to Nickeil. But because he switched teams and went to Atlanta, and they're giving him more of a role and he's had more of an opportunity due to Trae Young being shipped out. um, I'm not saying Nickeil should have been doing this, but he is talented. Like anybody that knows Nickeil knows he can play. Like he was a key piece he was a key piece for the Timberwolves, and I feel like everybody's really learning his value now. I've been knew how good Nickeil was. He just never really had the chance to show it. So the fact that he's getting a chance to show it, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, he's just doing what he could have been doing probably. And I feel like Reed just improved more. That's just from my standpoint. When you go from unplayable to playable, and then you go from a rotation piece to a good starter, I just feel like unplayable to playable is just a bigger jump and improvement, especially when the efficiency, the numbers, and everything across the board just matches up. So that's my opinion. That's where I'm at with it. Y'all let me know who y'all think is the most improved. Let me know if y'all think I'm on point with this being a 2-man race between Nickeil and Reed, and if I'm tripping, if I'm knocking out Ryan Rollins and Jalen Tyson. And let me know if there's any unexpected guys that I left out that should have been on my list for most improved. But I appreciate everybody for stopping through, popping through, dropping through. Y'all know what it is. 31 fam, it's dumb love from my end. I appreciate y'all boys. Don't forget to hit that like button. That's the excite button. You know what I'm saying? That's the hype button. So look, your boy 31 finna get up out of here. I appreciate y'all boys for showing love, and I'll see y'all boy next time. 31 is out.